here again, Nampa, Idaho, Sunday, May 1st, 2022. We are to the point where we're going to plant the tomatoes, peppers, tomatillos, and that's all going in this section here. I planted, counted out 48 places, but we're going to be doing more spots than that. We've got quite a lot of things to plant. We have 78 in total, so we're going to be filling this with tomatoes and peppers and tomatillos, and it's going to be a full house once this gets going. The threat of frost is gone, so we're going to get on it. Let's get another awesome look at the tulip action. It's looking like a flowery rainbow over here. Flowers are starting to kick. Now with the threat of frost gone, everything's really going to start kicking into gear. So going to get on planting these, going to get this weeded out a little bit and lay all out where I'm going to put everything and check back. So we've got the first row of tomatoes planted. We did 10 of them. Looking good. Scott Sr.'s planting them. I'm digging the holes. This is the kind we got going on. And the next row of tomatoes is Roma tomatoes. What do you think?
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be insane.
6 more rows to plant. Let's get on it. Looking good. We've got 1 row of tomatoes planted right here. We're planting the Roma tomatoes here. It's going very nicely. And we're planting the tomatillos, and then we're going to do the other peppers next to those, habaneros, a row of jalapenos, bell peppers, yellow and red bell peppers. This row is going to be sweet banana peppers, serrano peppers, habanero, and a Thai chili pepper plant. I did one of those were really hot. And then jalapeno, like I said, and then the bell peppers. It's a pretty good variety. And also the poblano peppers. Those are going here. So that's a really good variety of peppers and tomatoes. And through the miracle of time, we are all planted. It's a little bit windy out here, but I'm going to walk through it once again. In this row, we've got all the beef tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, tomatillos through here, cayenne peppers, 2 cayenne peppers at the end. And then in this row, the Thai chili hot pepper, 3 habanero plants, serrano hot peppers, 4 of those, sweet banana peppers, and then in the next row, these are all jalapeno in this row of peppers. And then in this one, we've got yellow bell peppers, red bell peppers, and we've got the poblano peppers. Sweet variety. It's gonna grow really well in here. It looks awesome. So that's a big check off of the list. Tomatillos, tomatoes, and peppers. They are all planted. Now we're going to water them and Watch them grow.
On that.
All right, so we're gonna check the beehive. Scott Sr.'s gonna check it after the first time since it's been here. Got the strap on there because it gets windy. We don't want the top to blow off. We got the sugar water there he's been feeding them with. He's got the bee suit on, I do not. So he's going to replace that board. Does it have to have bigger holes in it like that other one does? See how there's bigger holes?
Yeah.
There they are.
They're building a lot of stuff on this, but I actually want these guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
Dang, they built on that a lot.
Yeah. Come on.
And we'll check back in on these bees later. Alright, so I moved on to the pumpkin patch where I'm going to have the giant pumpkins. And this has been all amended. We put a lot of fresh compost here. I've got the spots staked out where I'm going to do the giant pumpkins. And right now I'm going to add some alfalfa pellets to the mix where I'm going to have them. And I've never used tomatillos before, but it's supposed to keep squash beetles and bugs away, so we're going to try that. I'm also going to get squash bug powder to keep them away, and we're going to start them off with some blooming and rooting powder solution to help get them rooted in. I'm doing this a week before. I'm going to plant them in 1 week. I just want to get the spots ready. And that is these. I plan on 9 spots. So far I've only got 5 pumpkins that have come up, and I may just do 5, 6 of them. We'll see. So right now we are working on this area, and we're gonna eventually, here within a week or 2, but be putting mulch all around this also. Garden's kicking. I'll do a full tour here in a little bit. We just built another archway. We're gonna put some morning glories on this. It'll grow easy in this dirt and fast. So we're gonna keep on going. Here at the giant pumpkin patch, and I think I've come up with the best method to get this watered with a lot of water. I dug out really big trenches, I tilled them, and made really large trenches, and I'm going to drop a hose in a few different areas, and I should be able to flood this really well to get these giant pumpkins watered. But eventually when they get really big I'll water overhead, but for now I'm going to see what the trenching method looks like. And again, I've got 5 of these ready. That's how many giant pumpkins I have up right now sprouted. So I'm going to focus on these 5 spots, and once these get going, the vines will really like growing through here. Got a ton of fresh compost. The next step is going to fill this with a lot of mulch, and we're working on weeding it out. And I'm getting some other spots ready for pumpkins, for giant jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. That is going to be over here. Scott Sr.'s the weed master. What do you think, Dad?
I think it's turned out really good. I think the only biggest battle is just the weeds. Just stay on top of the weeds. We let this area just kind of go because we weren't using it.
Right.
But, weeding and watering and cultivating, those are the three main things, I think. Keeping this garden really going. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it is. Pretty soon the back of this is going to be filled with giant pumpkin vines. It's my first shot at growing them. I think we're doing a good job getting it ready. And this is where the giant jack-o'-lantern pumpkins will be. I've got 2 more giant pumpkins possibly that might sprout. If they do, I'm going to put them here. But in the meantime, I'm going to fill these with giant jack-o'-lantern pumpkins in these little mounds. And we will get back. Alrighty, so it's May 9th out here, and we've got threat of frost last night. We're new to gardening here out in Namp, Idaho, and yesterday was actually the last threat day of frost, but the forecast is showing 2 more days of frost overnight. So we covered up all of our tomatoes and peppers using 5-gallon buckets and plastic.
Everything else is okay.
We've got a lot of plants in there, and we do not want them to freeze. And our farmer friend just came by and said it's best to cover them up.
For 2 days at least.
For 2 more days. So this should do the trick, and then after that, we're smooth sailing with spring weather, and it's supposed to be in the upper 60s this weekend. Till then, the next 2 days, peppers, tomatoes, and tomatillos stay covered up.